The Crowder fans have been missing him. Although they might turn on him now that he spilled all the beans.
Sorry, Dave.
So you guys probably recognize him. He was just sitting there like his little sidekick. I don't know. It was really.
He was the one you will recall when when Sam Sedar showed up.
Exactly.
He scurried across the frame like a little.
Yes. He's the one that they switched to so Crowder could hide.
Right.
Apparently, he's so funny. He can handle it all. I'd like to see some of his sets. I know this guy is just a horrible comedian, bro. I know it. It has to be true. Let me see. And not even old timey. Here's a trailer for his 1 hour special. Let's see. Oh shit! Is it gonna get claimed?
Yeah, I think
it is. This is definitely not.
I want to see a clip.
I like that little synth lick though. That was pretty tasty.
I want to see a clip of this man's comedy. But yeah, I mean, he's a piece of shit. I don't like him at all. But he got fired or left, and now he's doing all the gossip rounds, and I love it. Because he was with Crowder for a long time, right?
At least 2 years, because that's when Sam Sedared him. He was there then.
Yo, 5 years ago, this guy had 3 million views on his special with Comedy Central. So he was kind of popping. He went to Crowder for his career to die.
Yo, he had a mohawk? What the fuck?
All right. Is this going to get us claims? God damn, I hate
That's what I'm saying.
Let me catch one joke.
Dave Landau comedy. It's not
One
worth
joke.
getting the episode claim.
This is going to be the most money. If he gets the claim on this, it's going to be the most money he's made in decades.
Open as a warning. Yeah, that's because you're fucking with their business. You know what people want to buy way more than fruits and vegetables? Crack. Nobody's ever sucked dick for an orange. That's never happened.
All right, I don't want to get claimed. Yeah. But anyway, so here's some clips. He starts by saying, now he left when they moved to the Rumble, and nobody knew what happened or why. And the gossip's coming out for some reason. He first of all says he wasn't allowed to say "come." I think it made Stephen hard to imagine a man's semen out in the
come,
just blasting through the air towards his.
Maybe.
Come. Oh, I'm sorry. I was watching some of his stand-up. I was trying to find something. What?
Nothing. You're good.
Come.
Here it is.
I had been more censored as things went on, where I couldn't, for example, say the word "come."
Okay.
Like ejaculate. I forgot when I made the joke that was offensive or whatever it was.
You could only eat it. You couldn't say it's going to go in your mouth, not come out of your mouth.
I could eat it with a spoon, or I could say yummy yum yums when referring to it, but I could never actually say.
I could eat it with a fork. I could eat it on a ship.
That's very interesting. No cummies.
No cummies. No cummies allowed.
I
thought he was against it.
Talking about Steven installing a Dave Don't Talk button. I need one of those for you guys.
Me up.
This man, the image you get from him is a man who is so deeply diffunctionally insecure. He installed a button. When he starts talking too much, he hits the button and he's got to shut up.
Yeah, I'll let him explain.
Here it is.
It became a little weird because a light was put in where it was his rant button, and it was basically a Dave Don't Talk button.
Wait, so there's literally a light bulb? What color was the light bulb?
There was 4 lights in a row.
There were 3 lights.
Serious. And when it was hit, I wasn't supposed to talk. And they
Was
said,
it like a regular colored light bulb?
I'm sorry, but this is fucking tea. This is hilarious. You're so insecure. Is insecurity alpha or not? I don't know. Seems kind of beta to me. Shut up, dude. You're talking too much. Stop it. Shh.
The
Looks
lights
like
say
red.
shh. When the lights are on, you have to shh. Shh. The rule said so.
it was like a yellow, a pretty bright yellow, like like yield.
So it's like off camera, but in your eyesight.
Yes. And
would he be the one pressing the button, or was there a producer pressing the button?
He would press it.
So like
Crowder had a button at his desk. That's pretty incredible, man. And that's like some serious engineering, I would say, right, Dan? I mean, yeah, get a button right here.
I haven't seen that kind of engineering since Matt Lauer, so yeah. That's...
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, I need a button on my desk that lights up a big ass light. Like, why would you even want to? Why would you even want to manage that while you're doing a show? He would just get so pissed that this guy was trying to be funny or entertaining. He had to hit the button.
Like he had a button under his desk or the table, and when it's Steven's turn to talk and Dave needs to shut the F up, he presses this button.
Yes.
How do I get this to happen? Because frankly, we're at 13 minutes in and you're already on my last nerve. This is with Michael Malice.
Aren't you hitting it now?
When I watched this interview yesterday to pull
that's just
timestamps
Zoom
from
doing
it,
it?
like there is like 15 minutes of content in this interview, and the rest of it is them riffing. So you're gonna see a lot of that.
Should I keep watching from this point? I mean, we got the button.
There's a button. You get the idea.
That's embarrassing, boy. Weird detail that when he pushed back about it, he was told it was always there. Wait, I want to see that. Dave was
gaslighting him?
Dave started gaslighting him.
It became a little weird because a light was put in where it was his rant button.
Was it like a regular colored light bulb or was it like red?
It was like a light.
And when it's Steven's turn to talk and Dave needs to shut the F up, he presses this button.
Yes.
How do I get this to happen? Because frankly, we're at 13 minutes in and you're already on my last nerve. This is with Michael Malice.
Aren't you hitting it now? Oh, that's just Zoom doing it. He had that. Well, and then I was told that he's like, well, that was always there, and I'm like, no, I would have noticed the light and been told.
It was always there.
Folks, you know how ExpressVPN.
Okay, slick little ad. It was always my shut up Dave button was always there.
Pretty wild thing to lie about.
Corey has a new button suggestion for a new button for Crowder, a button to make his wife's.
Right. Yeah. That's like the Matt Lauer button.
Virginia says, I married my high school sweetheart after 18 years and I could not be happier. Suck it, Crowder.
Christopher just donated $5 and said, doesn't the H3 crew all have a button to shut Ethan up?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's true.
But it's the inverse. We have a button to shut the host of the show up.
Power to the people.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you for the dono, Jay Christopher, as well. Okay, so I love these details. Then he also was told explicitly that if they were riffing, Crowder must always get the last word.
This is the one. This one's great.
Here.
That's I don't know. I've never heard of that, to be honest. I mean, I don't feel like that's a thing. But maybe, what do I know? I've never been a co-host.
I've heard it in radio a couple times. Very rarely.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have heard of it where it's just the star needs to look like the star. So I guess, it's his show. Fine. But I also feel like somebody who's so pro free speech and non-censorship, he was really about censorship.
Okay.
That involved me. But, he was going through, surgery that was a big deal at the time and stuff. I was fairly forgiving of it, And then about a year in, it was February 2022 for the Super.
Right after 9/11.
It was right after 9/11.
The nation was healing.
None of us could forget. And I was selling flags. I was making just a mint off of
You're
tiny
making
flags.
a killing. Come on, that's money on the table. I was making a killing at ground zero.
Come on, guys.
Yes.
Dude,
This is the thing.
I don't want to hear about the stupid little bullshit. I want to hear the tea. No small American flags.
It's a lot of that.
Cut to the chase. Damn.
That's why you had the light.
I was trying to build a mosque 3 doors down from ground zero. And people were very upset, and I didn't understand why. So these are my beliefs, and so I was plotting a big Patriot Day event, and that was a big day. So I forgot where we were.
We're talking about a year after. The light.
He wanted me to film a special.
Okay.
And
what kind of
I'm sorry, he didn't. I wanted to.
You wanted to film a special. Okay. Yeah.
Stand-up comedy. So I had decided I was going to buy the equipment, film the special in Dallas.
Talk about the allegation.
That's funny. That's so good.
I can't take credit. I'm giving that to Ian.
Oh,
Ian told you. Ian's like, play that.
Okay,
Good
little.
call, good
I like
call.
the collaborative nature back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, good one.
We were selling out this theater, and he decided he wanted to get back into stand-up, which he had done when he was younger.
Okay.
And he had just been a host since then. So he said, hey, can I jump on and open it, and I'll help promote it. And you can help me maybe write some of my stuff, get me back into
Loser,
it. and I'll
idiot, dummy. You want this guy to help you write?
promote it. And I said, sure, of course. So we ended up selling out 2 shows, obviously, instead of just one, because he was helping promote it, and he's a draw. So we went there, and Matt McClowery was the opener.
He's been on this show as well. People can look back. Yep. autistic,
brilliant.
literally
Thank you.
autistic comedian,
let's
Mountain
just-
Larry.
You
Right,
can
literally
add.
autistic. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. The real deal. The real
that's
kind of
nice.
shooter.
Love that.
And
He's trans too?
You didn't know?
He's really passing as a freak.
Yeah, he does a great job. Born a lady, but total candlelight vigil. And yeah, he went up and got a standing ovation after Steven, and Steven kind of saw we were friends. And after that, I pulled Steven aside, and Steven couldn't do the Monday show, and I said, could Matt come in and co-host with me? He said, yeah. So now it's Super Bowl Sunday. The whole special one.
Bro, that one was so nice. The last one in the. Can you rewind the kinetic sand thing? That one was so nice with like the neon blue and black. I can't watch it. Okay, I'll just play.
You can't find it.
Yeah, I'll just play it.
Great. I paid everybody to film it except for one other person, Tim, who was there to film Steven's set. And I was very looking forward to the special coming out. And Sunday had rolled around, and I get a call from the showrunner that said Matt's not allowed to do the show.
Wait, this is the critical part.
Wait, okay, no Canuck.
He finally got to the
this.
point right here.
I want to hear this.
What did they tell you? Like literally what they say?
Via text, it was just Matt's not allowed. Matt can. It's been like decided, something like that. Matt, I can find the text.
But the word is allowed. It's not like we don't have time or won't fit the schedule. The word was allowed.
Correct. Matt's not
Or
allowed
permitted
to
or
do
something
that.
like that. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, to do the show on Monday.
Was
And
there any explanation at all?
No.
Okay.
So I said, that's odd. I already asked Steven, and he said it was okay.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, that's weird. I must have gotten mixed messages. So I just texted Steven and said, hey, I just talked to the showrunner. I just want to make sure it's still cool that Matt comes in. And he texted me something back along the lines of, what's done is done.
Oh.
And I said,
what does that mean? It's your show. Wait,
Yes.
maybe he had a light, and when the light went on, decision making.
There we go.
Dude, you're in something good. Stay focused, my friend. The white pill is called, apparently.
You have the yellow light. He's got the red light in his house. It's lights all the way up.
it's
gotta
true. Maybe when I asked him, he was seeing a green light.
Yes, you idiot.
Yeah, I know.
This is how show business works. It
is the business of show. And
You guys are not in showbiz. You're in no biz.
Got him.
Mm-hmm. Because you ain't got no job. And I don't know who you are, but you're annoying.
I am not paying attention to the
How are
lights.
you going to show things without lights? You're going to show them.
Okay, guys. So apparently there's something here where it says.
Can I just tell the story? I can tell the story better than Dave. It's his story.
I think it's more effective from him.
I don't know if it is. I genuinely don't know if it is.
Something about Steven has to get the last word.
I think you accidentally skipped past that.
Huh?
That was that whole thing that you were watching was this next timestamp. I didn't realize you were
click
trying
that
to find
one.
that
Watch.
part.
Wait, hold on. Click the one where it says
Uh-huh.
he had to get the last word.
Okay, maybe it's the wrong timestamp then or something. I don't know.
That's it. I don't know. I've never heard of that, to be honest. I mean, I don't.
Let me
feel
go
like
back.
that's
Let
a
me go back.
thing.
It was
bit.
probably
Just
right
leave
before
it
this.
out. It was important to.
Oh yeah, dude, that one is so nice. What is that? Is it glowing or something?
Wow. Yeah, I can't take my eyes off of that.
Stunning.
It was beautiful.
Stunning.
Inverted.
It's inverted, you think?
And the way it
Oh,
fell,
yeah.
too. It was really nice.
Golly, that is something, man. That is pretty.
I've seen this literal compilation before because I watch.
Yo, that
so much
one's
for TikTok.
fire.
Yeah.
Fans.
Wait, what's happening there?
I always felt that my job as a comedian was to leave out the good one.
That's
It was before this too.
That's-
Can we just move on from this point?
Nope.
Trying to ever.
We were just
steamroll it.
through that other story
Maybe.
about another crazy thing that Crowder did, and now right before the point of the story, we've gone down a rabbit
Well,
hole
just
trying to find this
let's
other thing.
find the timestamp at least then while I move on.
Okay.
Or somebody, you know what I mean? Moving on, he explains Crowder screamed at him once and said he owns him.
That was the part that you just.
He never. He didn't say that.
I know. You were just getting
you-
to the
you
point
put
of
in
the
the
whole
wrong
story.
timestamp.
I agree. I know. I apologize. It was the wrong thing.
Don't
but
yell at me.
I'm not yelling, but let's.
Don't make me hit the fucking button on
I was
your
gonna say, we need a Dan button.
Dan.
Can I just
says no
tell?
talking.
Can I just tell the story? Like I know the information and I can spit it out in like 2 seconds, and Dave is gonna take 15 minutes to
It
get
just
through
says
this.
what's done is done.
What's
and I
done is
said,
done,
what-
Dan.
Right. It's right after
Go
this
ahead,
that
go
he
ahead, go
screams
ahead.
it.
What happened? I want to hear it.
Okay. He went on tour. Steven Crowder hopped on it. he had 2 openers, Steven Crowder and this other guy that's a friend of his. Steven isn't going to be there on the Monday after the show. So Dave asks him, hey, Steven, can my friend co-host with me? And he's like, yeah, no problem. The next day, he gets a text from the showrunner saying, that guy's not allowed on the air. He texts Steven, said, hey, what's up? You said it was cool. Steven gets on the phone with him, starts screaming at him that he's nothing without him. And, you know.
That sounds good. I want to see. I want to catch that.
What does that mean? It's your show, which is ironic. That's what he said. And my phone rings, and you know, I don't want to go greatly into the conversation between us, but it was. He's like, "Do you still want to be on Louder with Crowder?" And I said, "Not at the moment." And he starts going off on me, and now there's a ton of people in my apartment who can hear it.
Wait, he's literally raising his voice?
He's screaming at me.
Okay, so literally raising his voice, not just being stern. Like to the
He
point
just said screaming, bro.
Idiot.
Audible,
yeah.
Dumbass, bro.
So
why
he was
do you
screaming?
Have a fucking
Yes.
podcast?
Okay, so but he was raising his voice? I just said screaming. How loud was he projecting, would you say? That actually seems like a line of questioning I would pursue.
Yeah.
What was the base decibels?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's started stern, but then it got into telling me that he owns me, and
In those words?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Wow. Yeah. He owns me, and once you say,
it must have been on clearance. I mean, no one.
I was on sale, baby.
Neither of us can even reach the top.
I own you. That's awesome. What a fucking psycho. Crowder also was supposed to tour with that comedian, but Crowder insisted the other comedian couldn't do his closing bit on stage because he was too funny. The same guy they're talking about now.
Exactly. It bothered me just because I don't like being talked to like that.
Yeah, who does?
At all.
Right?
But it was
really. I thought that was your job, little leprechaun bitch boy. Bro, you sat there and peddled like hateful, violent freak shit, and like now you're gonna claim and complain that Daddy Steven yelled at you.
Yeah, actually, to be clear, it becomes clear over the course of this interview that he was a big writer for the show. So Dave believes all of the things that Crowder does.
Good.
Yeah. So he's just as big as
He's like, yeah. So anyway, after the segment where we called for the genocide of trans people,
right?
He yelled at me, and it was really mean.
Yeah, that was really mean the way you did that.
We're not sympathizing.
Yeah, right when we got done reenacting the murder of George Floyd, he looked at me weird, and it made me feel kind of bad.
Comical in a lot of ways because it's just. I understand that there's going to be a touch of narcissism to anybody who's sort of in that field. I get it.
Not me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was so over the top that I was trying not to laugh. And then he said Matt couldn't do his closing bit, which was killer because it was too dirty. And you've seen.
Wait. Hold on. He couldn't do the closing bit on stage.
If we were going to tour together in the future, Matt couldn't do his closing bit on stage. Somehow that comes up. So you could tell there was this projection of how he was angry of how well that bit did.
Wait.
Yeah, he had said it got a standing O because it was so funny.
Right.
God, he's insecure. Must be hard to maintain a marriage when you're that insecure.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. There's so many good stuff in here. It's actually quite shocking.
Since we're talking about insecure, this one's probably good because this is where he just straight up is just saying he's.
Well, this one, okay, yeah, I'll click this one. He thinks Crowder was bullied a lot and why he's now an insecure bully.
Yeah, and that's the part that I don't think he ever grasped was I was very, and I'm still very forgiving of it because whatever he has and whatever he's going through, I just think he was bullied at some point in his life. And he has become the bully and he doesn't realize it. And that's what sucks is he's got a lot of yes men around him. And I really do love his staff and I love
Unlike you, huh? He wasn't a yes man.
Right.
Camera.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Not him. Not the little leprechaun who fucking did river dancing to transphobia. Come on. Shut up, dude.
With them, but I think that they are kind of just a little bit intimidated at this point to keep their own job. I know I was, so I don't blame him.
Bitch.
But it's just there's just something there that I just don't grasp because
dude, he sounds like a terrorist, man, on set. He also told the leprechaun he wasn't allowed to promote his comedy show on the show.
And
that's awesome. Love that for him.
And the money changed and all of a sudden I noticed that I wasn't allowed to promote my own shows on Crowder unless it was behind the paywall or right before.
How were you told that you're not allowed to promote your show?
Like the shows would start and 2 minutes before showtime somebody would walk up to me and go, hey, you can't promote your show today.
There was never a reason
100%.
given.
Steven would just his operations isn't bigger than ours. He'd be like, "Hey, go tell Leprechaun."
Yeah, it'd be like
Dave."
you whispering to me to tell Zach that he can't promote the Roxy show.
Can you imagine like the culture of what is there behind?
It's
where
so
I have to tell
uncomfortable.
you to tell Zach not to promote Roxy Live 14th.
It was
May.
told I can't promote Zach Lewis Live with the Roxy May 13th.
I said don't say that.
Oh, right. Do one want to promote Zach Lewis Live with the Roxy?
No.
No.
No promoting Zach Lewis
No.
Live at the Roxy May 13th.
No, never.
Don't ever say that again.
Zachary Lewis Live at the Roxy.
But you hired a comedian. He's a professional comedian, and then you tell him like he's doing this for exposure. I mean, the kind of exposure he's getting is more like the Nuremberg trials kind of exposure, but exposure nonetheless.
No, it was more to, it was like demeaning. So you'd be like, oh thanks. Great.
Let me play devil's advocate. Was
Yep.
it the kind of thing when you were on the show, you would just use any excuse to bring up your show to promote it? So they wanted to kind of pull back on that?
No, never once. He just wanted to promote his shows that we were both on together or the ones that he started doing in clubs, which I realized that my agent was booking. That even though I had asked my agent if he started repping Steven, I was never given a straight answer until obviously I figured out that night in Dallas, my agent had flown there to sign Steven, and now it was his bigger client.
That's all. I love them. such good vibes, like you could tell back then.
Yeah,
huh?
for sure.
The only great thing would be is if Leprechaun Dave fucked his wife, and that's the real story.
Damn, that would be juicy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for candy.
He had a family member very sick, which Crowder knew, and he was suddenly told he couldn't go check on them. It's fucking demonic, dude.
I get back from break, and at this time, I wouldn't go into anything about Steven's family, and I wouldn't want him to go anything about mine either, obviously. But somebody in my family was very, very sick and had been battling something for a while, seriously, and he knew that. And I came back, and he gave
they had
me
an ugly, talentless family member.
Yes, and it was just
who's probably a lesbian.
It's me, and I'll tell you, no matter how much work is done on this face,
this mug.
Yeah, God has cursed me. That's why they wanted to change Mug Club. It was just any association, and so we
talk about the allegations, bro.
I'm starting to think this "Shut Up, Dave" button was a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, Crowder was pretty based for that.
Interesting. Well, why hire someone that you hate that you don't respect? Damn.
So I get back, and the first thing I do is I get brought to lunch, and I get presented with this option with a new contract.
Now, Dave, before you talk about your contract and the importance of money, let's talk a little bit about Patriot Gold.
Bro, are you fucking
That was so fucking sleek.
What a segue.
He's about to sling gold coins. I know it.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Folks, if you've been on the fence about buying gold and silver, have you seen what's
Why don't the gold? I never been approached by gold young people. Maybe we have, and we said no. That's stupid.
I don't remember ever seeing one of those.
Would you guys buy gold coins from us? I get them. What the theory is, you bury them in your yard or something. What's the theory with those?
They're shiny.
Doubloons.
It'll get us to the moon.
It's an investment
Climate-
because the
climate
price of gold will theoretically go.
I know, but they're sending you gold. Oh, they're not sending you gold.
I don't know. I've never.
They probably are.
It's
advertised.
What
as
kind of
that.
investment is that? You just have a bar of gold? I mean,
It's shiny, dude.
I don't get that.
Buy this commemorative Trump coin. Only a few available.
Yeah.
All right, let's skip forward this wonderful gold advert quickly. Sorry about that. I'm good on gold coins for now.
or just go to malicegold.com. Patriot Gold Group is Consumer Affairs top.
Isn't malice like hate? Malice gold? Malice means like hate.
That's that dude's name.
Oh, well, fits.
Gold IRA dealer 6 years in a row. So call 888-505-9845 or just go to malicegold.com.
They got a phone number? Bro, I never had an ad where they gave me a phone number. That's so weird. Oh, shit. A physical phone number? That's not right.
New contract says that my old contract is terminated.
Okay, officially.
It's officially terminated as of August 2022. And my new choice is I have to be there Monday through Friday. I got to probably look at the stipulations if you want me to pull it up real quick.
Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah, I can send one to you. It's but it was
How do you bring this hot of tea and still be boring?
I hope his button was like a pot of gold with a rainbow. So like the light shot out like a rainbow.
It just
and
distracted.
there was a little pot of gold, so that told him to shut up. And
He goes chasing for his Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Dead air.
And I can even just read it. It's just
read it.
And this was sent to my agent, and it's like this is just simply the contract. It was William, just need a yes. I agree on all the revised items from Dave, and this is what Jeff showed me at lunch. And it was once I get with our legal team on the revised contract below, it stays on salary, so no extra money. Moves to Texas, moves his family to Texas by the new year, first week.
Wait, so I'm sorry. Part of your contract, a proposed contract, was that your family has to be moved across state lines.
Correct.
Including your kid. You have a son. How old's your son?
8, 7 at the time.
Let me guess. Steven gave him a big old budget to help him out with that huge cost.
I think he already mentioned no bump in pay raise.
But certainly, if you're asking an employee to move across state lines, you have to give them some financial support for such a big move.
Yeah.
So pull him out of school during the school year, and he's coming to Texas. Okay.
Yeah. Dave is here every week unless he notifies us well in advance for a show, just like a doctor's appointment. Can't be gone any more than every third weekend.
No, wait. So let's break this down also. Steven has started touring as a comedian.
Yes.
Steven is no dummy. Steven is very well aware that you and every comic, weekends are when you tour, hit the road, you make the money. So he is very clearly taking that secondary or even primary, possibly at this point, source of income from you, because you're just going to be sitting in Dallas for no reason, because it's not like you're doing shows on the weekends with Crowder.
Right. And gone every other third weekends means every 6 weeks.
Okay.
And then writes for show every day.
I'm sorry. I have to
Shut up, dude. Let him talk.
I just want to break
Is this
this
how
down.
people feel when they watch me?
Was it ever said to you or intimated to you that
God
your
damn
touring
it.
is affecting somehow your performance or writing for the main?
Okay, whatever. Steven's a giant. He's just a mean guy.
I think. Please don't make us sit through like 5 more.
I love these. You added them. This is all
I didn't think you were gonna watch every single one.
What did you think I do? Dave wasn't allowed in rehearsal. He would just sit in a separate room. Talking about Daily Wire stuff, he felt degraded. They made him dress like an elf.
Yeah, I thought that one's pretty funny.
Because, well, let's be honest, bro. I mean, what is your job there? I thought you were like the ceremonial elf/leprechaun. So what? They made you dress like how you feel inside.
What was the break?
The break was
trans kings actually. He's trans elf con.
His winter break,
Okay.
right after he does his like Santa thing.
Okay.
Where like we went out for a minute and like I was dressed as an elf and I felt a bit degraded. And so I only like I think
I'm sorry, bro. I don't care. That's funny. You dressed your ass as an elf and you felt degraded.
Funniest thing Steven Crowder's ever done.
Oh.
we filmed a couple things. Like we had some Visa cards and I was asking people questions and then I just started handing them to people that didn't speak the language. And then because I figured he'd never show that. So I right before the break, I was in his office and it was me, him, and John.
That's it, I guess. He felt degraded in the elf costume. We love that. Crowder told Dave he wished he made the amount of money Dave did. What does that mean?
Into his office and he said how he wished that he made the amount of money that I did last year and all this other stuff. And
Wait,
it was
what? He said
swear
that
to
or intimated to that?
Yes.
He was implying that you made more money than him or significantly more money than him.
Way more money than him, yeah.
That's weird.
Okay.
And
so this leads into, I guess, where the divorce happened.
Yeah.
So when
Crowder's second divorce.
Right. Second divorce in a year. Tough. Oof. So it was only when Dave the Leprechaun heard Crowder complaining about his $50 million deal that he realized how badly he was being ripped off. Here it is.
But then Jeremy came out and outed it too.
Jeremy, the head of this Daily Wire.
Right. And I saw it and I thought $50 million, and I like looked at
And he
it.
turned down 50 million. Let's be clear. Or up. I think 50 million was the ceiling, but it wasn't starting at 50. But yeah,
yes.
For $50 million, Ben Shapiro can have my foot.
Oh, for $50 million. I couldn't even believe it. But it's also going, it hit me too, though, because that means, oh, what are we worth? That I just sat in an office
and
was shamed the timeline met up.
Marxist king.
Yeah, he's coming.
He's
right up to a realization here.
This dude
is awesome.
He just realized his work is being exploited by Steven, and it's not fair.
Weird.
Careful where you're going with that line of thought there, brother.
Back in August that he first got this $50 million offer through my agent that I introduced him to.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Was at the same time that he knew what was going on in my personal life that he decided to slide me a contract that said you have to do all this when he was being offered $50 million.
Yeah.
People are saying how much it costs to run the studio and everything else. It's like,
I know how much it costs. It's not that much compared to $50 million. My God.
So the way that I looked at it, I was
not
like,
the Challenger.
Yeah, let's not.
No,
it's not cheap, but it's not 50 million. Yeah.
Hell, he's making a ton of money, which I'm not saying he doesn't deserve, but it's like at the same time, you knew that you were making a profit, and I was working very hard to help you make that profit. And your
careful where you're going with this.
Was, fuck you! I'm going to take everything from you.
Whoa, careful!
Wait a minute. I thought we believed in the free market. He's
You're
the
going
boss.
down the wrong path there, buddy.
He deserves that. He works way harder than you. He's the boss.
This man just realized that the exploitation of workers cannot continue. Revolution is required.
And I just kind of was watching that like, is this for real?
Yeah.
And then they came back and said, well, we're going to kind of negotiate where, we come back with something, you come back with something. This isn't a contract. This is an offer sheet. And I listened to both sides and I thought, well, it seems that Jeremy's being very upfront and transparent here because he's pointing out everything. So I listened to a bunch of, different talking heads, but from what I could gather, each side had their points, but I felt that it was more of a stop big con thing seemed a little much.
Yeah.
And it seemed like
he turned on Crowder when he's being such a big ass bitch boy over the Daily Wire thing.
Yeah, he was on the inside, and even he was like, "What is Crowder complaining about?"
He says he thought it was
going on about.
He says he thought it was fucked up, but play the Daily Wire tapes and call it slave wage when he uses labor from slaves from other countries for his merch. Careful, bro. Watch where you're towing.
But at the same time, I'm like, oh, he's in a business where maybe he needs to for whatever protection. I get it.
He could get me too really easily. You know how it works with
I get it. Yeah. So it's like I really didn't think it was that big of a deal. I did think it was a big deal to play it on the air.
Yeah.
And to call it slave wages when you buy clothing and mugs from slave wage countries where children make shit and you're saying you're a patriot, like that bothers.
He's like, listen, if anybody knows slave wages, it's us. We employ child laborers. But he's right. $50 million is certainly not slave wage. That's actually quite embarrassing to even say. And he says, finally, the last straw was Crowder playing the tapes. He thinks Crowder was the wrong and he quit right after. I want Leprechaun Dave to get his own show on Daily Wire. That would be a nice twist, a knife in the back, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if that offer's on the table for him.
Thing runs on hypocrisy and drama. That's the lubricant of our society. But it was all this infighting, going at each other, saying of who was right and who was wrong. And I thought it was very clear who was right and who was wrong. It was playing a private conversation. It shouldn't have been done. That's my honest opinion. So I was going to go back onto the show. I was getting paid. I sent in a few things, but I did have jury duty on a day, and
he goes on and on about this jury duty and.
All right.
Yeah.
Bro, is he on the next season of Jury Duty?
Yeah, maybe.
Is he season 2?
So there it is. It's all falling down for Crowder, and I love it.
Yeah.
But you're saying his fans are not bothered by any of this?
Well, a small sample size of people on like his subreddit and stuff.
I mean, when you make the Daily Wire guys look like the good guys, you are really a demon.
Yeah.
And, well, he is. I assumed they were homies or something. Apparently, he just hated him the whole time. There it is, guys. So, Crowder's wife left him lol.
There it is.
That's the show. Dad and Dave, our two boys. I got pictures of the boys at a bookstore.
Aw.
Brucey's walking and picking out books. Crazy. So cute.
In a book?
Yes, in a book. So,
yeah, one last detail, because I saw a lot of people asking about it in the chat because your little box was covering it on the bottom right, but Dave was wearing an Idols shirt in that interview, which is very strange. Idols is like a punk band that is very explicitly left-wing. I don't know how he could be a fan of this. This is very strange.
Is Dave perhaps just...
He's just in it for the
is he
money?
just being a hateful bigot for money? I mean...
I don't know. Or, I mean, there's a lot of conservatives that like Rage Against the Machine, too, and they are, like, explicitly Marxist, so I don't...
Should we get Dave to call in? I could conduct a better interview than that goofball. And he's got tea.
Yeah, I don't know if he would agree to that.
Dave, call in. If y'all got Dave, send him. I want to talk to Dave the Leprechaun. In fact, I won't make you dress up like an elf. I'll dress up like a leprechaun for you.
Aw.
I'll humiliate myself for you.
That's pretty big of you.
You'll river dance to the beat of transphobia.
And we promise not to have Sam Sedar on the call if you're afraid of him too. He will not be on that Zoom call.
No. I would never do that. Not to Dave.
Yeah.
Dave's family. But this is all pretty good. I mean, it's all pretty quite delicious. The irony, the downfall. Here is Dave tweeting out a picture. Merry Christmas from all of us elves. Santa does sex stuff to us. He's a monster. 200 likes.
Cool.
Crushing it, Dave.
Good stuff.
Dave, come on the show, please. Message from the podcast. We love Dave. We support Dave, I guess. But anyways, tomorrow morning we'll be back with Leftovers.
Yeah.
Where we will probably continue to tap dance on the grave of Steven Crowder's marriage.
There's a lot more to talk about than that, though. It's been a big week with Tucker getting fired and all that. And,
Yeah, we'll probably I want to kind of stick to the news stories tomorrow as much as we can.
Tucker.
But yeah, sorry we didn't get to do the prostate exam today. We'll work on that. Hopefully have that for you guys soon. And maybe Dave will come for a prostate exam.
Maybe we'll let him know it's free.
It's free.
It's free.
And he's probably, he looks older than me. I'm assuming he's a bit older. He's
definitely within the range that it's appropriate to get one. So
maybe pitch that to him, Olivia, if you're writing.
One more time?
I would like him to invite him to participate in the prostate exam
Got it. I'll include that.
Yeah.
You want a finger in the butt? That's what I'll say.
Would you like to be digitally penetrated on the show?
Just a little PS at the end. PS, like, how do you feel about this?
39. Yeah, I'm seeing.
Oh, he's 39?
Yeah, so it's time. It's time.
It's time, man. It's time, Dave. Come here. We care about not only you but your health.
He's from Detroit.
Is that a rough one for you?
Yeah, it's rough.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
And you can say "come" as much as you want on our.
Yeah, dude. Come on over and come. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow morning with Leftovers. Thanks everyone for being here. Love you all so much. Thank you to our gracious members. You guys make it all happen for us here, especially when we don't have sponsors like today. So thank you guys, and we'll see you for Leftovers tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. Good night.